Hey guys, Parker Panda here, and I'm back with another jailbreak video. And today, oh sorry, I just swallowed a piece of gum. Okay, and today we're focusing on the neighborhood, and we're going to be going over what the neighborhood is in jailbreak, what it should be, what I want the updates to be. And first, by the way, I've really been getting into jailbreak recently, and I've been thinking a lot about the neighborhood. And stuff like that. As you know, Jailbreak is a game that mainly focuses toward... Let me actually go over there real quick. It mainly focuses toward the prison and the city. The prison and the city are in a close proximity to each other. This is just sort of like a back road where all the sort of commercial districts are. The donut shop, the gun shop, and the garage, and the car store that was back there. Oh, dang it. And this is the main city. This is where everyone is at all times. And also, there's a criminal base back there. That's probably the least popular criminal base out of the two. And this is the city. Now, the street right here, as you can see, the bank's open right now. The bank is right here. That you can rob the bank if you have a key card. And the jewelry store is right here. You can... Oh, gosh. Yeah, so as you can see, this street is the most popular street in all of Jailbreak. The most popular area, if you will. From right here, this area right here, right in front of the jewelry store, all the way to this annoying guy right here, all the way through this street. This is definitely the most popular area because everyone's here trying to rob these two places. So this is, you know, pretty much the middle of the city. And, you know, recently with the new train, there have been, with the new train update, there have been a lot more people waiting up here above the bridge, because, of course, you can jump onto the train and rob it. Oh, I thought I saw the train. Alright, so, yeah, the city is the main thing of the entire Jailbreak game, and, of course, the prison. Everyone knows prison. That's where you spawn as a prisoner. But the neighborhood has been here since Jailbreak first launched in beta, all that stuff. Y'all remember that. That's when it was most poppin'. Everyone loved it. And the neighborhood used to be, I am almost positive, I'll have to fact check this, but you used to be able to walk into some of the houses, but they recently changed that, I'm pretty sure, and now they're just, you know, you can just go into the garage, and there's no doors going anywhere. There used to be doors. There was no furniture, but you could go inside. You could walk inside. So, I'm pretty sure this means that there will be an update to the neighborhood eventually. But, you know, I don't know what that means. But we'll discuss what should happen with the neighborhood. But history, it used to be just a place that, okay, it's there. Maybe they'll change that up at some point in the future. And most popular noted for just the Mini Cooper spawn point. Yeah, I think that's the Mini Cooper. Yeah, so that's what that's what it's most notable for, even though it's a pretty bad car. But, you know, it was one of the first starter cars, sort of thing. It's very cheap, very easy to buy, and it is right beside the, you know, Rabbit Hole gas station, which, like, you can't go into it. And it's right next to the donut store, the car dealership place. So, yeah, it's in a pretty thriving area, because this is where they've been placing all the new residential the new commercial places. Like, as you know, the gun store, the donut shop, and the, the car dealership are all brand, like, they're new. They were placed here. They were not on the original map. I'm pretty sure the gas station was on the original map. And I'm pretty sure the neighborhood was on the original map. I'm almost positive the neighborhood was. But, yeah, the neighborhood has always been just like a place like, okay, let's meet up at the neighborhood and I can drop the money for you being the getaway driver or something like that, like in Jailbreak. As you know, if you don't know what Jailbreak is, you know, you probably shouldn't be watching this because it's very confusing. But, yeah. Also, this garage is brand new. I forgot to say that. So, yes, the neighborhood, it's just one street going here with the cul-de-sac, and then another branching off right over here. Another branching off right over here. This was probably, now that I look at it, The neighborhood was probably the first thing they ever built. Either this or the prison was the first thing they ever built on this map. Because looking at the house designs, you know, they're pretty basic. I couldn't do it, but they're pretty basic house designs with the roads. They just wanted to place this was probably originally going to be the main place where you escaped. Now, this is all to assumption. Like, no, do not take my word for this by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just assuming here. And of course this the back road leads to, and the middle of the river. Yep, it leads to the prison if you go far enough, which, like, the main highway intersection is right over there. So, if we could get out of here, I could finish my showcase, or whatever this is. And of course these windmills are all new, but no one really cares about those, no one knows what they do. Here's a way to get out, I think, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, the neighborhood, oh my gosh, this is sad. Oh my gosh, that is very sad. So, yeah, the neighborhood was probably just an original place, like a destination to get to. The purpose of the games, what I'm guessing, originally was just to escape. It wasn't to play afterwards. I could be completely wrong, because, you know, this is definitely built for playing after now. But I think when they were thinking about it, they're like, okay, we need to make, like, if you know prison life is, you know, mostly about prison. You can escape, you can be a criminal, you can play with guns, all that sort of stuff. But this game is all about after you break out of jail. Hence the name Jailbreak. You break out. So yes, the neighborhood, it's just there. It's just there nowadays. I use it as if I just got caught, or I just robbed the jewelry store or something. There was some police around, and I saw them. They were coming after me. I'd come in here. I'd pull into one of these garages and just sit here for a little while. You know, just sort of hide out, because they don't really come to check the neighborhood. So if I see a car drive past, I could get in my Lamborghini, and I could go right behind it, right back to the city. So that's the sort of stuff that I would do. That's what I use the neighborhood for now. That's the only thing I use the neighborhood for now. So yeah, it's just a really boring place, and the way that they could make this a better area, what I think at least, they need to make it. This is moving on from history. This is what I think they should update it and change the neighborhood to be like. So they could either doing. So I've been thinking about this idea for a while, to make citizens like NPCs, pretty much, like sort of like, what am I trying to say? You'd be able to rob the NPC. Maybe you'd be able to rob the NPCs. I don't know, but they're just sort of there. They could call the police. Maybe it would just notify if there's some criminal activity going on, all that sort of stuff. I think they could live here, and you, the criminal. House burglaries are one of the biggest problems in America. I have no idea. House burglaries, that is definitely one of criminals. But what am I trying to say? House burglaries is criminal. Okay. If you think of a criminal, what am I trying to say? Okay, so house robberies. This is so confusing, guys. Okay, burglars are very common. There we go. It's one of the most highly. I'm just gonna spew out words here. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Burglaries are one of the most common types of robberies. House burglaries, specifically. Okay. This is so stupid. And, I think you should be able to do it. I think that there should be ways to rob. And, you know, some houses, they might randomly generate furniture, and you go in. It's sort of like a little mini game. You go up, you hold down E, like, say I could go inside this house, break through the garage or something. Some way I break in of some sorts, or whatever I'm trying to say. And, you know, there's a TV there, there's a computer there. I go up, hold E on the computer, it gives me, say, $1,000. I go to the TV, hold down, say, it gives me $2,000. Now I have a total of $3,000, and you know, you find something else, like maybe an iPhone laying on the charger or something. You steal that. It's like, okay, $500. Okay, now I'm maxed out. Now you get out and just drive away, just like a normal burglary. Just like the jewelry store. You could drive to a criminal base, which, you know, would bring more driving to this one, because this is the one that they all drive to, because the other one's so far away. With the jewelry store, the other criminal base, which is the train depot base sort of thing, that's way closer to the jewelry store. So everyone from the jewelry store, the only way to get your money is to drive to the criminal base. But for the house robberies, you'd have to drive to a criminal base as well. Just this exact same aspect as the jewelry store. Most people would come to this one, and this one, there's not very many people. All that you really come here for is the Lamborghini. So yeah, that's pretty much the only upside to this base, the mountain base. So yes, that would bring a lot more attention to the mountain base, which is good. Ooh, what are you doing, sir? Ooh, maybe he's exploring the neighborhood with... Oh, he looks like a noob. Yep, he's definitely a noob. Okay. So, let's knock this Mini Cooper. Oh, okay. I think it's Mini Cooper. I don't know what it is. What do I know? Alright. So, yes. House burglaries, you know, every house you could say, come up here. Oh, the person's there. I can't rob it while they're there. Maybe this one. You know, just like the close and open aspect for the banks. It could be closed or it could be opened. Oh, I did not know what that was. So you say, oh, okay, there's no one here. The lights are on, or off, I guess. So you go in here, you hold E on the door, you break in, and it sets off an alarm or something. You have to get out in a certain time limit. Something like that sort of thing. Like, Asimo and Bad CC, they could definitely do that. If they can do the jewelry store and the bank, all that sort of stuff, they can definitely do house robberies. It would be awesome. And what I was saying earlier about civilians, they could have little cars, they could have, like, be simulated to, there's a car parked in the garage, and this is a very narrow garage. He pulls out every day after the citizens get their paycheck, or after the criminals get their paycheck. He pulls out, his simulated car drives, doesn't drift, drives down to the city, goes into one of the buildings. He parks his car right outside one of the buildings for, say, 8 hours, and during that 8 hours, that is the time that the criminals can come rob that specific house. So every house has a different, like, for one house, there could be a person who works night shifts, and you could only rob that one at night, and stuff like that. Like, this, they could simulate this and put citizens, they don't all have to live here, but, you know, some of them could live here, they work in the city, they drive out specifically at one specific time, and, you know, their cars, you could see them, they'd just be like normal criminal cars, you have to avoid them. They'd probably call the police if you bumped into them or something like that. They just drove very slowly on this street. This could be like sort of a little simulation sort of thing, or maybe they could take the other way through the tunnel on the highway. That would probably make more sense. But yeah, they could, or maybe they could just drive up to the train stop, park their car at the train stop, take the train, go to the other train stop, and work somewhere, I don't know, over there, maybe at the gas station. So they could drive over there. Whoa. Gosh. Okay. They could drive way out here and say they work at one of these buildings right here. Let's say this one. They park their car right here. They go through that thing right there. Park right here. And then they go over here. And once they go into the door, they disappear for the day. And in 8 hours, they come back. They walk to their car. And, you know, their house is already robbed by this point. Someone's already robbed it. And no one can rob it again because all the furniture is, of course, taken. Maybe, you know, occasionally, maybe once every 3-day cycles, they stop by the bank a little bit to go in there and get money. You know, that sort of simulated stuff would be cool. And, like, maybe every 5 days they go out and, I don't know, go to the radio station or something. I don't know. It was a stupid example. But, you know, they go out and do something fun every 5 days. You never know. Whoa! Whoa, train! Woo! Ooh, this is a good robbing train. Nope, not gonna do it on video. Ow. Ow. You know what? Maybe I am gonna do it on video. Not really. I'm gonna pause it and try to do it. Okay, we have the Tesla now, because we so obviously failed at the train robbery. Because, you know, it's so glitchy. But yeah, this is just my basically this is my neighborhood review thing. What I think of the neighborhood currently. The map in the map area, I'd say that, like, right now, as it is right now, this is probably one of the most boring places to be in the map. I mean, you know, you could say right out here in the middle of the desert on the mountains or something. That's a boring place to be. But, you know, there's never really any action, but, you know, every now and then there's going to be a dune buggy spawn. You know, every now and then there's going to be a dune buggy spawn. Okay, well, maybe change spawn point. Oh, nope, there it is. Every now and then there's going to be... Actually, I'm going to get in the dune buggy. I haven't rode that in forever. So, yeah, okay, there we go. So every now and then there will be a dune buggy spawn and maybe a Ferrari spawn up in the mountains. Stuff like that. Like, there is fun stuff to do way out in those places. But in the neighborhood, the only spawn they have is the Mini Cooper spawn. Who the heck cares about the Mini Cooper? Let's be completely honest here. No one. Gosh. So there we go. Yeah. So this is one of the most boring areas in the map. And yeah, you could argue that there is so much fun stuff to do over here. Like, this is one of the most fun places to be on the map. Because, of course, the gun store, the shooting range, the 1M car shop with a bunch of amazing cars and trucks. The donut shop, which you can rob. And, you know, yeah, like what I was saying, that people could be simulated to come in here and get a donut every now and then. I want to rob this, not you. Okay, they're probably going to get it. But, yeah, people could be simulated to come in here every 6 full days on Jailbreak or something, get a donut. I don't know why I said that so complicated. And, you know, if you go in there, they could be hassles what am I trying to say? They could get in the way of you trying to rob the donut shop. They could be like, okay, we have to get this person out over here, or he'll call the cops, or something like that. Like, all this sort of stuff, these people could add so much. You know, every now and then they could come get their car upgraded in the garage. You know, wouldn't actually do anything to the car, but yeah, and that was a stupid example, but yeah. So they could just do stuff like a normal criminal. It would add more population to the city. Because right now, the only population in the city is police officers and literal hardcore criminals that murder and rob jewelry stores and banks. There needs to be normal people on this game. Even if they add a new... This is the same guy who is struggling. Oh my gosh, that's sad. I think that's the same guy. But yeah, they could add more hurdles. Like, some days they want to get gas. I'm literally on top of that dude's car. But this, like, the neighborhood, they could change so much with this. And NPCs could add so much more to this game. Now, it is the most popular game on Roblox, and it will probably stay that way for a long time. But not if they do not continuously update it. People will get bored of this vanilla game eventually. And yes, they are working on an update right now, by the way, guys. I can confirm that. Gosh, I feel like I'm some sort of worker for them, but nope, I'm not. I can confirm it, though. They've confirmed it on Twitter. So, yeah. So, whoa, stop hitting this. Okay. So, yes, the neighborhood could be so much more. It could be so much more. Along with civilians, I call them. Because they could be called citizens or civilians. Now, I'm just gonna shut up, okay? Alright, well, if you liked the video and if you agreed with anything I said and think that would be cool in Jailbreak, then, you know, try to reach out to BadEmo, you know, Asimo and BadCC. Try to reach out to them. Oh gosh, let's see if I can rob this at the end of the video. Come on, no, of course I can't. Dune buggy. Someone actually just blew it up. I'm proud of them for that. Please. Nebraska Furniture Mart! Oh, the last second! Oh, but of course I can't get on. Yeah. Alright, well. Yeah, reach out to him at Asimo. I forgot what his actual Twitter handle is, but just search at Asimo, and you'll be able to find him. Or BadCC, and you'll be able to find him. Ooh, I want the Bugatti so bad. Or the McLaren, not the Bugatti. So yeah, reach out to them and say, hey, link them to this video or something. Like, Asimo or Bad CC, if you're watching this, please, this would be so cool. We want this, or I want this. I don't know if anyone else does. If no one else agrees with me, then it's sad. But I think this would be a very good idea, and it would be a very noticeable improvement to the game. Whoa. Adds a lot more character to the game, makes it a lot more, you know, realistic, I guess. I bet you could simulate a couple civilians' lives that could get in their car and drive. And I couldn't do it by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, Bad CC's a scripting god, so he could find out a way. Alright, come on. What is this guy doing? Alright, whatever. So, this is the longest, most drawn-out outro ever. So, if you like the video, then like the video. If you didn't like the video anyways, and make sure to subscribe. And goodbye.